Well, this week, Cuyahoga County courts will resume jury trials for the first time since March because of the coronavirus.
Now, to do it safely, the court is using the Global Center for Health Innovation across the street for some civil trials and to hold people reporting for jury duty. Now, when that center was finished 7 years ago, Cleveland did have high hopes for the building, hope that still has not been realized.
News 5's Kevin Barry explains why some people say the final chapter isn't written just yet.
From her perch in the Standard building right across the street,
I love it. It's so airy.
Maggie Brock enjoys being able to see the outside of Cleveland's Global Center for Health Innovation. The only problem is there generally isn't much going on inside.
I know, that's the sad thing. I keep wondering why this isn't more a functioning building. It really should be.
It doesn't look great now.
And that's a bitter pill to swallow for former Cuyahoga County Commissioner Tim Hagan. He says his support for what was first called the Medical Mart came out of a much larger movement in the 2000s to spark revitalization downtown.
It was a piece of the whole, really.
The Medical Mart was meant to capitalize on the world-renowned healthcare in our region, becoming a place for innovators or healthcare companies to be close to the Cleveland Clinic, university hospitals, Metro Health, and Case Western Reserve University.
That's why it made sense, because what was the strength of Cleveland in that year? The medical facilities of the community.
But before it was built, the Great Recession pummeled the economy. By the time the Global Center for Health Innovation opened in 2013, Hagan says the companies the Medical Mart would have needed to be tenants had a chance to bounce back a little bit.
But not significantly enough that people were looking outside of their own interests and investments.
So the Global Center for Health Innovation never became the hub of medical discovery like Hagan had imagined. But long before those taxpayer-funded hopes would be dashed, the Cleveland Convention Center was run down and there was no money to fix it. Hagan says combining the convention center renovation with the Medical Mart was the only way to get either project done.
We would probably get a new hotel in Cleveland, and that we would be competitive with Pittsburgh and Louisville and other cities across the country. And
some of those hopes have been realized, even if the Medical Mart never was. The new Hilton Hotel is right next door to the Innovation Center, and the renovated Huntington Convention Center has brought in more than 1 million people, spending hundreds of thousands of nights in Cleveland hotels, bringing an estimated $700 million boost to the local economy. Does the Convention Center become what it is today without the Global Innovation Center?
I don't think so.
And yet, today, the Innovation Center has metal detectors preparing for jury duty and civil trials, not medical presentations. The board that runs the Convention Center tells News 5 it's taking a strong look at using the Global Center for Health Innovation as a more regular part of the convention space next door. It's already done that for some of the major events that Cleveland has attracted, like the 2016 Republican National Convention and the 2019 MLB All-Star Game.
And given the weight and the enormity of the problems we have right now in our city, we should all be rolling up our sleeves, putting our egos aside.
Justin Bibb's nonprofit, Cleveland Can't Wait, is trying to revitalize the community with technology and entrepreneurship. In large, underused buildings like the Global Center for Health Innovation or now the IX Center, he sees potential.
It all boils down to jobs.
He says large buildings have plenty of space for the manufacturing, innovation, and other economic activity that could help Cleveland adapt to a post-pandemic economy.
I think we should be looking at all of our assets in this community right now with a greater sense of purpose and intentionality.
He says other cities are already having these conversations.
I fear that we don't have the sense of urgency about what our recovery agenda should look like, and I think now more than ever we need to be bolder about that conversation.
In Cleveland, I'm Kevin Barry, News 5.